Guys, what's up? It's Alexa Borov. This is going to be a deck profile for my Zombie Mill deck. The cards are 3 Zombie Master, 3 Mizuki, 3 Pyramid Turtle, 3 Goblin Zombie, 3 Soul Absorbing Bone Tower, 3 Plague Spreader Zombie, 3 Book of Life, a Regeki, Polymerization, 1 Day of Peace, Soul Charge, 2 Terraforming, Foolish Burial, Burial from a Different Dimension, 2 Call of the Mummy, 3 Zombie World, Bottomless Trap Hole, Compulse, 3 Call of the Haunteds, and 1 Solemn Warning. Alright, now on with the card effects do and some combos you can do with them. Zombie Master is once per turn you can send 1 monster from your hand to the graveyard, then target 1 level 4 or lower zombie type monster in either player's graveyard, special summon that target. And when you do this effect, the target that you special summon, it can still use its effect. Its effects aren't negated. It can still attack. It can do anything. And if you have Zombie World on the field, you can go for your opponent's graveyard monsters. Another thing, you can target whatever you discard, but you have to have a target first. If I have an empty graveyard, I can't even use Zombie Master's effect. But if you have, let's say, a Goblin Zombie in the graveyard and a full hand of monsters, you can normal summon Zombie Master, activate Zombie Master's effect, discard a Zombie Master from your hand, and just special summon that Zombie Master, and just go all kind of combos from there. So it's a pretty good card. Next is Mizuki. You can banish him from the graveyard, then target a zombie type monster in your graveyard, special summon it, which is real nifty. Next up is Pyramid Turtle. When this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon 1 zombie type monster with 2,000 or less defense from your deck. In this case, I believe it's everyone. Yep, summon a zombie from your deck. Next up is Goblin Zombie, and he's pretty cool. When this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent mills 1 card. When this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, now that includes by battle, by card effect, by synchro summoning, that's important. Add 1 zombie with 1,200 or less defense from your deck to your hand. So let me just double check. Alright, you cannot add Pyramid Turtle, but you can, or Bone Tower, but you can add everything else. Next is the Soul Absorbing Bone Tower. Now this is the main card in the deck, so it makes the mill deck pretty much. It's if you control another zombie type monster, your opponent cannot target this card for attacks. That's not important. That doesn't even matter. What does matter is each time a zombie type monster is special summoned, your opponent mills 2 cards. Now that's not just you. Remember, if you have Zombie World on the field, your opponent's playing zombies whether he likes it or not. So anytime you special summon, anytime he special summons, and this deck can special summon a whole lot, your opponent's gonna mill 2 cards, which is nice. Next is Plague Spreader Zombie. You can return 1 card from your hand to the top of your deck to special summon this card from your graveyard. If you do, banish it when it leaves the field. Pretty straightforward. Yeah, I'll talk about more combos of that later on. Next up is Book of Life. What Book of Life does, pretty standard zombie card. Target a zombie type monster in your graveyard and 1 monster in your opponent's graveyard. Special summon the first target, banish the second target. So if that's a little complicated, essentially, target a zombie in your graveyard, special summon it. Target a monster in your opponent's graveyard, banish it. Next up is Regeki, obviously kills all monsters your opponent controls. Polymerization. The reason I play Polymerization is because it is there's this great card called Drago Necro Nether Soul Dragon, and the only requirements to fusion summon him are 2 zombie type monsters, which is nice. Before Super Polymerization was banned, I used Super Polymerization so I could just go ahead and use my opponent's monsters when I had Zombie World on the field, but Konami didn't like that, so they banned Super Polymerization. Next up is 1 Day of Peace. Each player draws a card, no one takes damage until your next turn. Soul Charge. Everyone knows what Soul Charge does. Target any number of monsters in your graveyard and special summon them. If you do, you lose 1,000 life points for each monster special summoned. It's worth mentioning that if you activate 1 Day of Peace and then go ahead and Soul Charge thinking you're getting off scot-free, you're not, because you don't actually take damage from Soul Charge, you just lose life points. Actually different concept. Terraforming, because you gotta get that zombie rolled out. Foolish Burial, send 1 monster from your deck to the graveyard. Real nice, you could send a Mizuki, Plague Spreader. If you need a target for Zombie Master, you could send whatever you want. Burial from a Different Dimension, this is a great card in this deck. Target 3 of your removed from play cards, just return them to your graveyard. Picture that with 3 Mizukis, or maybe a few Plague Spreaders, it's absolutely amazing. Next is Call the Mummy. Once per turn, you can special summon one zombie-type monster from your hand. You must control no monsters to activate and resolve this effect. So if you don't control any monsters, activate this card effect, special summon a zombie from your hand, then you can normal summon and have all kind of fun. Zombie World, amazing card. All monsters on the field and in every graveyard become zombie-type monsters. Neither player contributes summon monsters except zombie-type monsters. It's real nice if your opponent's playing a deck that revolves around, let's say, specifically having Earth monsters. It just stops them from playing. It's nice. If you activate this against Monarchs, they just quit. Next up is Bottomless Trap Hole. Someone summons 1500 or more attack, just banish it. Compulse, target a monster in the field, return it to the hand. Call the Haunted. Activate this card by targeting a monster in your graveyard, special summon it in attack position. When this leaves the field, kill the card. And Solemn Warning, pay 2,000 life points, stop. Okay. I have a few older videos of this deck in action, some old tag duels if you want to check that out. If not, I'm going to do some specific duels just to show you the ability and power of this deck. Oh, I almost forgot the extra deck. Thank God I noticed. I do that too much. There's Drago Necro, the Nether Soul Dragon. 2 Beelzeus of the Ultimate Diabolic Dragons. 2 Beels of the normal Diabolic Dragons. Revived King Hades. Doom Kaiser Dragon, 3 of him, he's awesome. 101, Exciton Knight, and the Volval Chains. Now, some of these cards might be unfamiliar to the uninitiated zombie player. This Nether Soul dude, he has 3,000 attack. Let's see here. He must be first fusion summoned. Cannot be destroyed by battle. Okay, he cannot be. Monsters cannot be destroyed by battle with this card. So if you attack a monster with this card, it's not gonna die. At the end of the damage step, if this card battled a monster that has an original level, that monster's attack becomes 0. Also, that monster is still face up on the field, special summon 1 Dark Soul token with that monster's attack and defense. So let's say you control Drago Necro here, and your opponent has a Blackluster Soldier with 3,000 attack. You go ahead and attack that Blackluster Soldier. Actually, that's a terrible example, never mind. Your opponent has a Dark Magician with 2,500 attack. There we go. Perfect example. Your opponent has a Dark Magician with 2,500 attack. You attack his monster with Drago Necro here. The opponent's Dark Magician is not going to die. He's still going to take the life points, but he's not going to die. Then you summon a token with Dark Magician's attack and defense, and you can just do whatever with your token. You can kill his monster, you can do whatever. That's how this card works. It's pretty interesting. Next is Beelzeus, the Ultimate Diabolic Dragon Dude. His effect is he cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. Other monsters you control cannot attack. Once per turn, you can target one monster your opponent controls. Any battle damage this card. Hold on. Skipped a line. Once per turn, you can target one monster your opponent controls. Any battle damage this card inflicts to your opponent this turn is halved. Also, that monster's attack becomes 0, and if it does, you gain life points equal to that original monster's attack. Okay, so in layman's terms, target, let's say, a Dark Magician with 2,500 attack with this effect. Your opponent takes half battle damage for the rest of the turn. That Dark Magician loses all of its attack, and you gain all of its attack as life points, essentially. Beels, he can never die. If you take damage, he gains attack. Revived King Hades, he's pretty cool. Negate the effects of any monster destroyed by battle with this card, or with any zombie-type monster, I should say, which is nice if you're using, like, maybe cards that get, or you're fighting cards that get effects in the graveyard, and just, nope. Doom Kaiser Dragon, when this card is special summoned, select one zombie-type monster in your opponent's graveyard, special summon it. Really, really nice. It's hilariously nice, I should say. 101, relinquish a monster. Relinquish to your opponent's monster. Evil Swarm Exciton Knight, if your opponent controls more cards than you, including at the field in hand, just blow up everything on the field, and the Volval Chains dump a card. That's the basics of the extra deck. Alright, as I was saying, I'll see you guys later.